Hello, today is Sunday and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the last day of May and it is hot and dry. The temperature is 101 degrees. You ready for that? Okay, let me repeat that. It's 101 degrees Fahrenheit and the humidity is 3%, so hot and dry. And this is what my plants look like today at this afternoon. Just wanted to see how they're doing right now. I've been out here a couple of times already today. Once very early in the morning, as I always do. I come out as early as I can, particularly today and yesterday, which are both triple-digit degree temperatures. So yesterday I was out here by 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, and I watered everybody copiously because so that they can cope with the 101 degree temperature that comes at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just as it is right now today. And all through the day I come out several times more to check on the plants and see if they're showing any kinds of distress and try to help them along. And so far so good. Actually, these plants have been doing extremely well. And I think that's because, number one, there are plants that are highly tolerant of extremely high heat. For example, the oleander and the yellow bells over there, and the calicobras, of course. What else? Oh, yes, the lantanas. Now, these are plants that can really take the heat, but truly, triple-digit degree weather is when you can, where the metal, or rather the petal, meets the metal, and you can really tell. That's the only time that they will prove if that is in fact true. And so far so good. Aside from them being really heat tolerant plants, I do believe that these plants have been established right outside here, where what I'm trying to say is that they have gradually been hard enough to get accustomed to the heat. They've been out here since the middle of March, and we have had an occasion, particularly at the beginning of spring. We've had a couple of weeks there where the temperatures were in the high 90s, and so these plants, when they were new, were quickly, or gradually rather, hard enough to get hard enough to getting a lot of sun and a lot of heat. Now the thing is that because they're on the front yard, these plants really do get beat up on by the sun when the sun is at its hottest, and that is a true mark and a good test on whether they will survive, and I really think they are. For example, the moss rose is really proven to be a very, very heat-tolerant plant for me, because it seems like the hotter it is, the better it likes it, and the better it looks. The lantana here is showing a little, maybe just a little bit of wilt, but not really. But that's because it does get a lot of water from me this morning. I make sure that it's wet, it's moist, so that you know, it's not gonna fry or get scorched in this triple digit heat. Take a look at this other moss rose. It's really doing really well. And these just flower continuously. The oleander, if you take a close look at them, they're showing a little wilt, but remember, we are at the hottest part of the day. It's going to be really hot. It's this time, it's part of the day that they'll experience that superheat, and they are holding out. So I have, this is my rose, and if I remember right, oh no, this is the Floribunda that I had clipped back really hard, and there was a lot of growth here, but because they were outside, right now they're in the shade of this oleander, because I do move the plants around to make sure that, you know, they're getting the best light for them, and that the ones that are getting a little bit too much of anything gets put back in the shade. So this, earlier this week, had more fresh and new growths, and during the first blush of that really hot temp that we got a couple of days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, the first high 90s that we have, it fried those fresh growths, and so I try to fix that by just moving the oleander here so that these plants can get a little shade.